Good evening, welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I am Mark, I am your keeper of arcane lore, and we just lost Ian. How the fuck did that happen? We lost him, and he's back. Yeah, he's back. Ian, we lost you. Just as I said hello, see, every time something's got to go wrong, I really hope I can be heard. I'm sure I'll be told if not, and if not, then fuck it, you're all lost. Yeah, we are back tonight with Masks of Nyarlathotep. We are missing a Chris because life has kicked him in the nuts, and he will be taking a small short hiatus from Masks, but we still have him for die, so you're not rid of them that easily. Yeah, we will. Yeah, Nyarlathotep is definitely to blame, Jeff. That is what I think. Fucking bastard. We will do a quick round of introductions, and then I will see if I remember anything from last time. We'll have a recap, and then we'll get started. So, Tim, who are you? Who are you playing?
I'm Tim. I'm me, and I am playing Bob, the Explorer. So,
not the builder, just to be clear.
Yes. Yeah, I've been around here for like the beginning, so you guys have seen me and you know me, and if you don't, go to our Discord and find out.
Yay.
So talk to you.
Michelle.
Yep.
Hello, I'm Michelle. I'm playing Kathy Bacon, actor, party person,
communist,
and investigator, obviously now. And yeah, she seeks to charm, especially now because the charm has leveled up.
Yeah. And last but not least, Ian. Who are you? Who are you playing?
I'm Ian, and I'm playing Augustus Fulner, or August Fulner. I am a World War I vet and professor, and I study cryptography and the occult. Mainly, I deal with languages in the and cryptography from my military service.
Cool. So, last time I screwed up and overwhelmed these wonderful people with clues. We won't make that mistake again. Now they're getting no information whatsoever. So, they were at the reading of the will from Jackson, in which he charged them to look into his death, and not only that, but to continue his research into the Carlisle expedition, which was a famous expedition to Egypt that made a move towards Kenya for some reason, and supposedly all ended up dead. Jackson doesn't believe that to be true, and has tasked you all with looking into it for him. Through the course of your investigations, they tried to visit with one Hilton Adams in prison, who has been found guilty for several murders, which are extremely similar to the way Jackson was killed. Hilton Adams doesn't want any visitors. He is resigned to what is happening to him. Through Rebecca Schosenberg, a journalist with New York Times, who you've become acquainted with, she has offered to get you in contact with Millie Adams, Hilton's wife. If maybe able to get to him through that or get more information from her. After visiting a place called the Juju House, which Bob and Kathy had found out about at some speakeasy, the place was fairly small, but filled with hello. Filled with so like arcane bric-a-brac, things for ritual magic from Africa, things like that. The proprietor, what's his name, Nkwane, seemed to be okay with maybe giving you help for a TV show or a movie that you'd said you were looking to make, but didn't seem quite trustful of you all. As you left, you notice you were being followed, tailed in the car. After losing the tail, you all went back to Kathy's apartment. At which point Kathy suggested lots and lots of drinks. Lyra decided she was too good for that sort of shit because she's a stuck-up person. And decided to go home. On her way home, she was once again followed without spotting them, whoever it was. She was then taken captive and put in a large wooden crate. And that is the last we saw of her. And now, it is morning. You've all had your drinks. Probably everyone but Kathy is hungover. That's just how she does it. You wake up fairly early. Not early, but, you know, fairly early. It's still dark outside because of the time of year, the weather, snow is falling again, but fairly gently, not in great flurries this time. Who wakes up first?
He rolls off the couch and goes to the bathroom. And comes out and starts banging on a few doors, nudging a few people. You should get up and get moving. Oh, where's your aspirin, Kathy? Oh.
Top drawer in the kitchen.
All right. Oh. Which one's the kitchen? I don't think I've ever been there. It's always drinks in the parlor.
Kathy emerges from her bedroom, already fully dressed, fully made up, as if nothing happened. It makes no sense, because she has not been to the bathroom that you have noticed, so there's no reason how this could have happened, but it does because she's Kathy. She says, "Oh, just over there." And it's like the kitchenette is like attached to, it's like a studio, it's like a all-in-one kitchen, front room, office, everything. So there is a kitchenette area in the corner. She just says, I don't know why Americans always keep their medications in the bathroom. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
We remember to take them in the morning.
Yeah, but you don't drink from that tap. You get a glass of water from the kitchen.
What do you mean you don't drink? It's the same water, same pipes. That doesn't make sense. It's not like
not in the UK. It's a whole different thing. But we should get to that another time. But yeah, in the UK, it's very different.
But when we get to the England chapter, then we'll cover it, okay? I'm making a note of this and we'll get there.
I roll off the couch with a throbbing headache and just wonder how I got into this mess. And I'm thinking,
had one drink.
Yeah, no, I'm not. He can drink a little bit, but
okay.
I'm just like, oh my gosh, who are these people and why am I here? Like, and I start to kind of pace around, thinking, like, maybe I need to return home. Maybe I need to get something, and maybe I need to get the gun out of my car that's hidden in there. So just because of the threat of the people tailing us. And I want to see my pills in the bathroom because I have a couple.
So what's the plan?
Well, we should go talk to the missus for the prisoner we wanted to go chat with.
The reporter?
Yeah, I think the reporter gave you a time and place to meet, did she not? Does anyone remember what it was? Because I forgot to write it down. I know it was at the Lafayette Theatre. Because the Kathy had said that she knew it. But what time? 2 p.m. We'll say. Fuck it. 2 p.m.
Let me just. Where's her name? I have the note.
Millie Adams. You got Rebecca Schoenberg as the journalist, and Millie Adams as the wife of Hilton Adams.
So we have an appointment we have to go to today?
Yes, Millie Adams. Hilton Adams' husband. Wife.
Of a convicted criminal?
Yes, but I mean, it's fairly obvious that he did no such thing.
That's not what the newspapers are saying.
Well, as we all know, newspapers tell nothing but the truth. I'm so sorry. I should not be facetious. When you work in my industry... Sorry?
Said I just read a review of your latest film.
Was it good?
No, sorry, it wasn't good.
See, I told you the newspapers are trash.
Well, newspapers usually only tell the stories that they're told too. I mean, we've had things that we obviously can't tell that anybody would publish other than Lyra and her books.
Well, we had both Lieutenant Poole and the journalist Schuster, I want to say her name is, both say that they believe there was more to it, and there's a corrupt police captain, Robson, and, you know, the man was clearly on the same trail that we were in some form or another, and then he got pinched for a bunch of murders where we saw other people committing a similar one, almost, against our friend. I mean, it's very suspicious. So I have a feeling that his wife is going to tell us a story that is going to only confirm that even more.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, but I want her to... He has to have found something that they wanted to make sure he was silent. That's what I want to find out what it is. And
Still, there's more effective ways of silencing someone.
So we believe this guy's a member of the Bloody Tongue cult? Or are we just trying to track?
We believe he has information about the murders since they're trying to pin it on him.
Okay.
But why not just kill him? These people seem to have no problem killing other people.
Maybe there's a deal in place. They won't kill his family if he keeps quiet, something like that. And takes
maybe worth inquiring with his wife.
And what time?
I'm just thinking out loud. And as he's doing this, he's cleaning his revolver. So
getting oil everywhere.
What time is are we supposed to meet him? Is it afternoon?
Yes.
2 o'clock.
Okay.
So we could return to the Juju House after that.
That was the plan. Have you heard from Lyra yet? We should try giving her a call. She'll probably answer if you call, Kathy.
I'll telephone her hotel.
So she got an apartment.
I'll telephone her apartment. She picks up one of those ridiculous rotary phones, which is you hold like this, and does.
You go through the operator. The operator tries to put you through. I'm sorry, there's no answer.
Could you try that again?
Of course, man. And you hear the... I'm sorry, there's still no one picking up.
Okay, thank you.
Have a lovely day.
No one's picking up.
Well, how about we swing by and go pick her up anyway? She's probably sleeping. She was a little stressed and tired yesterday.
Yes, let's go grab her on the way to meeting Mrs. Hilton.
Mrs. Adams.
Mrs. Adams. Oh, Hilton's the first name.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll
not on morning.
Swing by on our way to meet Mrs. Adams.
So it's about 9 in the morning. What do you want to do?
Well, we've pretty much exhausted people at this point. I mean,
I think hopefully recover from the hangover. Maybe puke if I have to. Clean up.
Oh, I got the perfect hangover cure for you. Give me 1 second. She goes into the kitchen and she starts mixing nutmeg, raw eggs, and a white powder that may or may not be cocaine. Does it together.
It's the 20s, so
for medicinal purposes.
Puts them both in. Puts 2 glasses in front of you both. Drink that all in one.
Bob pinches his nose. And slams it.
I think I just leave it where it sits.
That'll either make you feel so much better almost immediately, or it'll make you feel so much worse. You'll get all of the bad stuff out of you immediately.
Wow.
I watch Bob to see what happens.
He's shaking for a second and gets up, walks around like he's gonna, doing the pacing. He goes into the kitchen and just slams water on top of it too. Oh, that is awful. Where did you discover that concoction? My granny used to make crap like that for hangovers. Ugh.
Well,
So, well, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, oh, you learned some really, really interesting things. Threading the boards in Doncaster in the United Kingdom. Okay, fine. I learned it from a man I met under a bridge. Are you happy? But it works.
As long as it... Ooh, I do feel a little more energetic. Maybe we should look over these papers again. And he's kind of twitching around.
I was gonna say maybe we should like place all the clues out. I think that's where we left. We put all the clues out on a table, so we can maybe try to figure out what we're gonna do next. We'd have the morning to have breakfast or go someplace.
Yep, I figure we're just gonna eat, review some stuff, recover from our hangover, and then get prepared for our appointment so we don't smell like alcohol. Well, some of us. He looks over at Kathy and just can't imagine how she does it.
I'm going to look over these notes from Nairobi. I don't imagine there'll be anything that's relevant there, but it might give us possibly some avenues on what to ask when we talk to Mrs. Adams. They are related.
Do you think we need to prepare if we go back to the Juju House since we were tailed from there? Are we concerned about our friend?
Oh, she's probably just either oversleeping, knowing Lyra, or she met a gentleman and is having a wonderful time somewhere in town. Either way, I'm pretty sure she'll make her way back to her apartment before 2 o'clock. We could probably just swing by easily enough and pick her up on the way.
Okay.
Well, why don't you try calling her again, Kathy, and we'll just see if... I mean, with us being followed last night, getting a little sus. So...
Yes, okay. Maybe you're right. I could also try calling a few places where I know she frequents on an evening, see if anyone's seen her.
All right. Well, we'll clean up and pack this stuff away while you do that, and we maybe go swing by and see about getting her up and getting her some breakfast if she's only sleeping.
Okay, I tried to ring her home again. I'm assuming there's no answer.
There is no answer except in Twitch chat where someone is getting very angry at the fact you're not looking for her already. But yeah, no answer.
Don't want a metagame?
No, of course not.
Well,
so I'm going to ring a few places. A couple of restaurants I know that she likes to frequent. And ring maybe a couple of speakeasies, although that's a hit and miss if they'll even answer the phone at this point.
Yeah, no, both the restaurants and speakeasies won't be answering the phone. I mean, most of the restaurants probably won't even have phones, but there'll be no one answering at this time of day. It's a little bit early.
Okay. Well, after I've rung a few more places, I give up and just go like, no one's seen her. I've done a pretty good canvas of places she's likely to be. If she's the only other option would be
back and check if she's sleeping in and just ignoring you.
Good idea. Let's head over to her place.
Would we want to go to the police?
Augustus, can you drive? Oh, if she's been gone, she's only been gone a couple hours.
I don't know your friend. I don't know if she just disappears for time.
There's currently only one police officer I trust in the whole of New York City, and he's on murder squad, not missing lady squad.
And knowing what you said about Lyra,
she could be just doing a bender, right?
She could be doing something or someone.
Malice could be something malicious could have happened, but it's also, I think, probably more likely at this point that she has just been on a little adventure.
So we'll give it a week and see if she shows up. I hope Chris is in Twitch.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
She'll be fine. Let's just we'll run into her eventually in 6 months or 12 months, whatever. Love you,
Oh, yeah.
Chris. We are going to try and find her.
Can I have her
It's
stuff?
fine.
Can I have her stuff?
Chris, if you want, I will take your sub then and use it as a complication for them rather than giving them another advantage. Just for you.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah,
joke.
We're going to her house.
Right. So you make the drive to the house. It's fairly slow going. Still icy out. Snow, as I said, snow's falling, but fairly gently. I have no idea about times and stuff, so it'll take you a while to get there. Say half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, or whatever. When you pull up, the doorman makes a nod to you. Miss Bacon, so wonderful to see you again. Miss what you call her? Mr. Nocte is not home at the moment. I thought she
come
would have
home
been with
last
you.
night?
No, she didn't. I thought she would have been with you. I've been on since yesterday evening. You can see now the bags under his eyes. Very tired. I had fully expected her to come home at some point. Usually, you know, I help her up to the apartment after she's been out with you for the night. But I thought maybe she'd stayed with you.
My man, at some point, remind me, we must talk about you joining a trade union, but that's by the by for now. You're seriously saying she did not return last night?
No, ma'am. I've been waiting all night.
Is this
Did she have her
usual
own
for
car
her?
that she drove over? Did she drive her own car over?
No, she got a taxi.
Okay.
Well, this isn't looking good, chaps.
Well,
Do we know places that could she be with somebody that we know?
Is there another way she could have gotten into the building that you might not have seen her?
No, sorry, Augustus, what did you say? Do you know anyone she could be with?
Yes.
I don't know if you would. If you would know, she's been with the Kathy and Bob for the past few days. Well, since the murder, I think they've been with each other every day. What were you saying, Bob?
I was asking the door guy if there was any other entrances she could have used.
Mr. Nocte
Who was on
wouldn't
duty
use the
last
rear
night?
entrance. I was on duty last night. Kevin is ill. I'm covering for him.
Oh man, I should have got you some coffee if you've been up all night. Sorry, mate.
Very, very kind of you. I should be able to go off and he looks at his watch. Another 3 or 4 hours.
Well,
In fact, I'm sorry that I can let her know what you were looking for her if she does turn up. I'm sure she'll be fine.
is there any way we could have somebody check to make sure she is not in her room? Maybe if you went to the restroom while she was here, I'm sure you don't. And she got in when you were not here or something.
Or maybe
no,
slip
sir, I
out.
don't. I cannot imagine
I'm
that I would
just-
have missed her. However, if you would like to, Miss Bain, if you would like to go up and knock on her door, please feel free to do so. And he
I
opens
will
the
do,
door
good
for
man,
you.
but are you sure you don't have access to any kind of key, like for an emergency?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Mark,
Okay.
like, how
Let's
much
go try
urgency-
banging on the door.
how much urgency would we feel? Like, would we get side-eyed from the guys in the car? Would we feel like that's a possible potential thing, or is
That's entirely
Oh, yeah.
up to you. I mean, Bob did get out and made sure they were following you. So Bob's probably got a better eye for that than you would. You're new to the group, so maybe it wouldn't come as so. Blah 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 blah.
well, Bob got a good look at them, and I was driving, so Bob would be the guy to know what we're dealing with a little bit. Do you think that those guys following us maybe grabbed her on the way out of our place, or hung around and saw where we went in?
Let's look at the situation we are in from the top down. There have been murders all over the city by a malicious tribe gang of some kind. There are corrupt police. We have been followed. People have died. A presumably innocent man is in prison on death row after in some way wronging these people. I don't think it's an irrational thing to believe that it's possible that Lyra is in peril.
Well, I feel like this all started at the Juju House. Maybe we should return there. Maybe she's there. Maybe someone took her.
Let's head upstairs first and knock on the door and rule this out once and for all.
Yeah.
Really, we're just reading back. Thank you very much, Kat, for the sub. By the way, you and 3 months has fucking flown by. The three of you head upstairs. Dorman, Kenneth, let you in. Kathy, you've been here before, so you head up to the door. Everything, very plush carpets. A woman comes out with her fur coat and a tiny little dog in her arm. Kind of looks the others up and down and then smiles at you, Kathy, and nods. You get to the door. No sign of anything on the outside. No scuff marks or anything. Just as it usually is. You knock. No answer.
Is there like a key that she keeps outside, like under a mat or something that I would know about?
No, Lyra's quite paranoid about things like that, I think.
Would we want to?
I don't suppose either of you gentlemen know how to open a locked door.
Yeah, but do you care about the door?
Well, Lyra might.
Oh, good point.
Well, it's obvious she hadn't made it home.
Yes.
Well, at this point, I'm hoping that we won't discover. We should see if they can get a key. Kathy, you're good at charming people. The
doorman just said that he doesn't have access to a key.
But the maintenance man would.
Okay. I'll try my luck on the maintenance man. Where would I find him? I'm asking you, keeper.
You would need to ask Kenneth. He'd be able to tell you. Whether or not a maintenance man will be on hand will take a luck roll.
Okay, I go downstairs and I ask Kenneth, is there a maintenance man I can talk to?
Give me a luck roll.
Hey!
Yeah.
Success!
He looks at his watch. Yes, he should be here in about, round about now, actually. It's downstairs in the basement. Would you like me to accompany you?
It's okay. I can find my way around any basement.
He smiles. Oh, gosh, speaking, of course. If you need anything, please just call.
Will do, Kenneth. Thank you very much. And remember, one day we need to talk about trade unions.
One day, Miss Vegan.
So I'm going to just rush downstairs and try and find the maintenance man. Do I know this guy's name?
Fred. Because I'm
Fred?
really good at coming up with names on the... You call... After a few minutes, you hear some clanking. Down towards the basement, it doesn't look anywhere near as nice as the swanky upstairs. There's a little bit of dust about. You see small puddles in places where maybe there's been a leak from something. There's exposed pipes. As you call it name Fred, after a few minutes, an older man comes towards you. Yes. I'm coming. I've just started. I've barely had my morning vodka.
Acting time.
Kathy
just sort of grabs him. Oh, Fred, thank goodness you're here. I'm so terribly worried that my...
Mother?
No. My name's Kathy.
No. My mother's name is Eileen.
That's wonderful for your mother. It's a wonderful name. Now listen, Fred, I need you to listen and focus on me.
His eyes kind of, you move your fingers and his eyes cross in and out. Yes, Miss Kathy, yes.
My good man, my friend, Lyra, in apartment. What's the number? 32.
Yeah, 32, fuck it.
My friend, Lyra, did not come home last night, and there were some gentlemen at a bar who were being very, very uncouth I'm afraid something terrible has happened to her. We need access to her apartment immediately. Would you be able to let me in?
You mean Mr. Nocty?
Yes.
She didn't tip at Christmas. So yeah, yes, I suppose you can have her key.
Thank you.
Please don't.
I'm sorry that she didn't give you a tip at Christmas. Here's a tip for now. I hand over like $50 or something.
Thank you, mother.
Wow.
There's more where that came from, and you never call me mother again, Fred. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good man. Thank you so much. I will be back to return the key shortly. So I run up the stairs, show the key. Bingo.
Looking at the number, bell going. Everything's coming up, Fred.
So, you know, I guess I go upstairs and open the door to her apartment.
I was about to ask Chris what the apartment is like. Remember, he's not here. He can't tell us. The fuck? I mean, he's in a chat, but that's the lead.
Is the man not coming with? Or is it just like...
No, he's too busy looking at his 50 quid and still being drunk from the night before. Because Fred is a raging alcoholic. And also has mother issues. Anyway,
at this point, Kathy has used up her most useful skills. So at this point, it's like, right, I could get you in, but it's up to you two to figure out if something happened here.
Bob's main concern is making sure there's no corpse with something carved in a forehead. That's his goal right now.
That is an honourable goal. The door opens. The key slides in. Door opens. You enter. It's quiet.
Quick look around. Like I said, looking for body, person moving, sleeping, snoring, passed out on the ground, etc.
Nothing.
Not worried about anything else at this moment.
Nothing at all. Lights are off. Some daylight peeking through the curtains, which are still drawn. You come in, there's a small table at the side, so the keys, post or whatever. Short hallway into a living room, kitchen sort of area. Nothing lying about. Everything's very neat and tidy. It looks lived in, but not disheveled or anything.
Okay,
Is it a large place?
Nothing happened here.
Sorry, Augustus?
I was just asking if it's a large place, like multi-roomed.
Yes, it's a large place, multi-roomed. Lyra married well. Rich widow.
I guess we just split up and look around the rooms just to see if there's anybody in it, and I'm calling her name.
Yeah.
I'll check the bedroom.
Check the bathroom while you're over there, too.
Check for meds. You find some extremely expensive things lying around, along with several copies of Lyra's books, kept in prominent positions. You also find some copies of Jackson's books, noticeably put to the side of hers. Hers are even like drawn forward a little bit, so the spines are sticking out, making them more prominent, arranged in a nice way, so that the colours on the spines. Yeah, but otherwise, nothing.
If I remember right, Lyra has a large taxidermy collection in her place of animals.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
In very lewd positions. It's disgusting.
I guess we'll just see if there's any kind of scuffle or anything that's out of the ordinary. If there's nothing.
Absolutely nothing at all. Not a thing seems to be out of place to you.
I turn to them and I say, it appears your friend did not come home. It appears like...
That is...
I did find something in the bedroom.
We don't...
I lent her this dress 2 years ago and she clearly hasn't even worn it. Yes, okay, priority, yes. I throw the dress on the sofa, just like, oh, fine, whatever. But, you know, we're going to have words.
Well,
just leave it here.
Just borrow one of her dresses and keep it for 2 years.
I don't borrow dresses. I have them tailor-made.
And then lend
This
them
is for
out to
another
those
time.
widows.
Would we like to call the police? I kind of just
It's
say
only been a couple hours, and I don't know if we could trust them.
We
Well, we can
could
see if she
trust
turns
Lieutenant Poole.
Yeah,
we can just see if
but-
she turns up later. I mean,
Yeah, the
right
condition
now we have
she
no
turns
idea.
up.
The Hudson's nice this time of year.
Is that some kind of allusion to her body being in the Hudson?
What? Me? No, I wouldn't do that. When would I ever put a body in a river?
In our games, yeah,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure at some point you have made a river just made of bodies.
That might be true, but I've never put a body in a river.
Okay, that's a technicality, but okay, we'll go with
You
that.
put a river with all the bodies. There's a
Yes.
difference.
There's a difference. So, what's the plan now? Say you've taken another hour or so, you're probably coming up on lunchtime at 12 o'clock.
I would express my concern at this point.
You can
Well,
call
this
the
is-
pool if you want.
Call
Should I
Poole, see
call
if you can
Lieutenant
have
Poole?
somebody? Yeah, call Poole. See if you can at least have somebody do something. Maybe even just hang out and see if she shows up.
I think I would just seeing you that you guys are concerned. I would think that I would turn to the police just because it would be normal to call them if there was a concern. Because especially since the people were tailing us on the way,
Okay,
that
I'm
would
going
be,
to try
that would be
calling
fresh in our minds. So I guess maybe we would get the law enforcement involved.
I think getting general law enforcement involved, that may get us at best, a comeback in 24 hours, or at worst, we alert certain bad actors in the police that we have noticed she's gone and are actively looking for her, which may have unforeseen consequences. Whereas Lieutenant Poole is outside of that. That is for sure. That's my thinking. What do you think? I won't call him. If you think it's a bad idea to call him, I won't call him.
I will think it would be advisable maybe to call him and only him and see what he might suggest as far as, I mean, I'm highly suspecting as he's looking over Lyra's gun collection that we may need to go visit the Juju House.
Okay, I've got the number that goes directly to his desk. I'll call him now.
All right.
So
And
I pick up whatever weird phone Lyra has.
And Bob has pulled out a shotgun off of Lyra's gun thing and is looking for shells.
Give me a luck roll.
Double.
Give me a luck roll.
Oh, dang you.
I don't know.
You know it's my weak skill.
Yeah.
I couldn't find
Unfortunately,
the bullet, so it's useless.
you can use it
Lots
as a
of
whacking
bullets.
stick. So you make the call. You can put through once again to the. It all goes through switchboards. The woman that takes call says, "Okay, right away," and puts you through. Pool.
Hello, Lieutenant. I want to first off apologise for how things went on our last call. I was most uncouth.
No, please, Miss Beacon. I must apologise. There's a lot of things going on, but I shouldn't have taken it out on you. I really am sorry, but Mr. Adams does not want. He seems very resigned to what's happening with him. I maybe I'll be able to try again in a few days, but for the moment, I just don't have the resources. I'm terribly sorry.
That's okay. Please do. And don't worry. I understand that you're under a lot of pressures that a simple lady like me would not be able to understand. She grimaces as she says that.
Yeah, I doubt that, Miss Beacon, but I do appreciate it.
So I'm calling you because, and this may be nothing. I'll be the first to admit this may be nothing at all, but last night we were tailed by a couple of gentlemen we could not identify.
What
And-
brought this on?
Well, we were just walking around town.
I see. Could you give me a description of the
Not really. They were in a car, and when we tried to get a good look, they drove away. That's what happened last time, isn't it? I'm remembering that right.
Yes, except you were in a car.
Yeah, we were in a car. They were in a car. When we noticed they were tailing us, they drove away. I couldn't get a good look at them. It was dark.
Are you sure that they were tailing you? Could it maybe just have been they were being careful on the ice, or?
There are some things I don't know a lot about, but Lieutenant Poole, as a well-known woman in my line of work, you understand the difference between a car just being behind you and a car actively tailing you.
I understand. However, if you don't give me any details as to the car, as to the occupants, there's not much I can do. I can.
Well, the thing is,
my
friend Lyra did not return to her apartment last night.
Miss
Bob also whispers in her other ear.
I'm sorry?
They were two black gentlemen who followed us from the time we left the Juju House. He's whispering in your ear to remind you for some description.
I whisper in Bob's ear while he's whispering in her ear, like, did you catch the license plate?
Yes, you did. You did, I think.
Yes. And I will rattle that off because I have it written down, but I don't know where I wrote it down. So.
Of course.
Okay, I'm going to take that information and assume that is everyone saying, okay, tell him everything.
Yes.
Because I was pretty hesitant first. I'm just like...
Tell him enough so he can do his job is the thing Bob's trying to tell.
Okay. Well, thing is, she didn't return to her home last night, which is most unusual. And after we were tailed, I can't help but think that something terrible has happened to Lyra. And I've just been told from the gentlemen that were with me that were far more observant than I about the car and the gentleman in it. And I gave descriptions that were passed over to me.
You can hear him scribbling something as you say it to him. Okay, I will get someone to look into this. I'll see if I can get the records on the car pulled. And you see Mr. Nocte didn't get home last night?
No, we're in her apartment right now, and she's not here. We talked to the doorman, and he said that he did not see her come home at all, and he's been on since yesterday afternoon.
Okay, then...
I rang around places that she'd like... Sorry?
I will send an officer around just now. Perhaps you should head home, and I can send an officer to you as well to ensure your safety, I'm speaking.
We do have to make a stop. We have to meet someone. In broad daylight, in public. Don't worry. But yes, may take you up on that. We were in the vicinity of a place called the Juju House.
I think that came up in the investigation. I would need to check some notes. Where is that?
I tell him where it is because Michelle has forgotten, but Kathy has not.
Harlem?
That's in Robson's precinct. Yeah, in Harlem. That's in the 14th.
Based on certain conversations that I've had with a certain lieutenant, I think it's best that we keep this off his desk, don't you think?
Yes, I think that would probably be for the best. However, it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to look into.
I understand. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but based on what I've learned, shall we say, it may be better to make it more difficult for you to ensure a potential safety.
Okay, where will I find you, Miss Bacon? Will you be back at your apartment?
I will go straight back to my apartment after my appointment at 2 o'clock. So I will be at my apartment from maybe 3:30 onwards.
Yeah, another something they're scribbling down. Okay, please take care of yourself, and if you happen to run into Miss Denocte, please let me know.
You'll be my first call. Thank you, Lieutenant. I really appreciate this and your candor.
Of course, Miss Bing.
I put the phone down. I am going to swoon that man yet, I promise. But for now, he's proven to be most kind and helpful. So we should just go to meet Mrs. Adams, right?
I think that's the best thing to do right now. I mean, I don't... hopefully... We can't miss this meeting if we can get an opportunity to find out who killed.
God,
It's probably
Jack
not wise. Probably not wise to split up either.
Not at this point.
No, I make a terrible kidnap victim. It's best we avoid the whole thing for everyone's sake, including the kidnappers.
Yeah.
I can make quite a fucking racket.
So, you head back out, you return the key, I take it, or do you keep the key?
Can we take anything with us?
To be honest, the man was so sloshed, he probably wouldn't notice if we don't return the key.
You gave him $50 back then, that was a fucking fair amount. The guy will be sloshed for the next month.
He quit his job.
Yeah.
He doesn't show up because he
I'm
can't.
going on sabbatical.
I don't know how much any maintenance man earns. That could be a year's salary for all I know.
I have no idea. I don't care at least. But it's a shitload of money.
Yep.
Right.
That time and era, yes, very much so. When things were pennies apiece.
Let's keep the key.
Let's get a copy of it.
Just think, you can always prank her by coming in and doing something, Kathy. But you keep the key.
I would never do that. Unless it was
And
really
admit to
fucking
it.
funny.
That sounds about right. So, you keep the key, say goodbye to Kenneth, who's rubbing his arms to keep warm. He says he opens the door for you, says goodbye, lets you out.
Oh, if Lyra shows up, could you make sure to call us or leave a message at Miss Bacon's residence?
Of course, sir. As soon as I see her, I will make sure she knows you're looking for her.
And yeah, make sure that tell her that we were attending our meeting and we will try to look for her later if she does.
Of course,
show up.
sir.
And if anybody else comes looking for her, let us know also.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. And he will slip him a 10.
I was going to say you're going to get a really dirty look if you don't give him something here. He nods. Thank you very much, sir. Of course, I will let her know as soon as possible.
And
Best of luck on your meeting.
And you should step in just inside the doors from time to time, sir. Keep the circulation going to warm up.
Thank you very much, anonymous gifter. You are fucking awesome. If I find out who it is, you're getting a smack. No, I'm not joking. But thank you.
Outside, when we get outside, I'd like to say to everyone, did anyone mention that we had a meeting now to him?
Kenneth, yes. Bob did. Said, tell her we have a meeting.
Oh, okay.
I tell her to meet her at this meeting we had scheduled, not where and what or who.
Yeah.
I had the same feeling, so.
That's all of you being
This
so
whole thing is
paranoid.
making me suspect everything.
Yeah.
So, you drive to Harlem. You see the sign, the Lafayette Theatre. Rebecca Schoenberg standing outside, along with a fairly small, strong-looking black woman. And as you pull up, Schoenberg motions to you to come inside.
I parked the car, and then I just drop them off in the front and park, or is there a place just to park?
There's a place you can park. That's
I'm just curious.
we're not gonna mess with
Logistics.
that. Yeah,
All
just there'll be a place on the street you can park there. Rebecca Rosenberg, she hands and introduces you to Millie Adams. Millie looks at each one of you in turn. Doesn't smile yet, just nods. Then says, please, and walks in through the large double doors. You walk through into the foyer. There's various cleaners, maintenance people. They all nod and smile at Millie. She greets each of them. We go past the ticket booths, cloakrooms. You go through the stalls. you can see you go through the main theatre. The house lights are up, and she takes you to the front seats and asks you to sit down. I hear you are interested in my husband.
Yes.
And that whoever has the lowest luck, can you roll luck for me, please?
I got 49.
No. You beat me.
I think Bob's the unluckiest.
Yeah, Bob, give us a luck roll, please.
I will spend 4 luck to get
You
my
can't
luck.
spend 4 luck on a
I know.
Although it would be kind of cool to be able to just start this whole paradox.
Can
thing.
Kathy throw money at the character sheet somehow?
She
Can you
can
spend
try.
sanity for luck? Can you spend sanity for luck?
No, that would also be kind of cool, but no. So, you're interested in my husband?
Yes, we want to know what he is. We suspect there's more to the story than what the police are telling.
Of course there is.
We tried to get an opportunity to talk to him, and he's refusing to talk to anybody.
She looks
So we're
at
hoping
you.
at least you might know something.
Why should he talk to anybody? 'Cause no one helped him. Why should he take the chance of talking to, looks you up and down, someone like you?
Because our friend was murdered in the same way after he was in jail.
Yes, Rebecca told me. Mr. Jackson Elias, I believe his name was.
Yes. Have you heard of him? Aware of your husband maybe meeting him? Any coincidence?
Not as far as I know. Name
And
never
he's
came
kind of
across.
nudging Kathy because Bob's forte is not conversation.
Me and Michelle were just getting conscious that I've spoken a hell of a lot already this session, so I kind of wanted to step back.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want me to try and charm, I will
No,
charm.
no. You're Bob's. You go ahead and speak. Play your position.
Okay. So listen, I'm sorry, Mrs. Adams. I believe that there has been a grave injustice served here. And I believe it has something to do with Hilton's movements. We have heard that he may have been on the same trail that we are currently on. And as a result, he has paid a price for it. Right now, the situation looks pretty grim for him. And there's very few people who appear to be on his side. But those few people are here in front of you right now. If you can help us, we might be able to help you. And only might. There are no guarantees. But we will do what we can. And that is a promise I can give you.
Give me a persuade roll with plus 20%.
Oh, great. It's still 33.
You can take a couple of bonus. You can take 2 bonuses then.
Oh, great. I'll do that.
Yeah, because you've got quite a few sitting there. Because we just got 5 subs. So
how much more is that?
we're
in
at
total?
25. So that is, if you were at 33, then that is at 53.
Okay, so it started at 13. It is now 53.
Yes.
I think I will spend some luck to
Mhm.
turn that from a 60 into a 53.
That sounds good. So 7 luck. She
Was it
looks
luck
at
or
you. Sorry?
Nothing. Go ahead. Excuse me.
That's okay. She looks at you as you're talking. And you see something kind of soften around her eyes. You know, Hilton's friends have given up. Don't know if it's because they're scared, because of the intimidation. Bastard Robson. I'd make you a deal. If you promise to try your best to free my Hilton, I will give you all the information I know. I don't have anyone else to turn to. The authorities don't take me seriously. They just don't care.
I can promise that we will try our best. There are
So
no
it's
guarantees in this kind of situation, but that is absolutely a promise I can make, that we will do everything that we are able to.
She looks at
And we will
Rebecca.
make sure you get to know anything we find out too. Even if things can't necessarily be changed as much as we like, you will know the truth.
Okay. So here's what I know. Hilton started to get worried a couple of years ago. There was people around the neighborhood who were going missing, like a lot more than should have been. Him and his friends, they call them the Harlem Hellfighters, which you'd probably know, Justice. They were a unit of black men that fought in World War One, quite ferocious. Him and some of his friends from the Harlem Hellfighters started patrolling. They organised. They were out to protect the community because the police wouldn't do anything. That bastard Robson wouldn't take it seriously. For him, it's just Negroes being killed. And he said a tear in her eye. Even after the mutilated bodies start turning up, they refused to do anything. They said it was gang violence, street robberies. They said anything about some African death cult, just some crackpot theory. Howard and his friends focused on the death cult link. They were certain that, not through any magic or anything else, but that some horrible religion or cult decided to spread its wings here, taking advantage of Harlem, killing our friends and neighbours. I don't know what the cult was called.
Do you remember anything about the cult? Do you remember, is there any signs or anything about the mutilation?
Hilton didn't really want me to look at any of that all that closely.
Did they
Does
talk about
Hilton
it?
have anything, evidence, paperwork, someplace he might have hid something that with you or somebody?
Anything
other
he
companions?
had has been confiscated already. I do remember he had a strange bookmark. It was a strip of red cloth. It gave me the willies. Used it in his journal. I thought it was something important maybe, but yeah, the police took that too. When Hilton and his friends kept patrolling, kept looking around, the police weren't happy. They warned them off. They started to apply pressure to his boss, to their friends, to her neighbours. But Hilton didn't want anyone else to die. He didn't want to include me in anything, but he did think there was a cult operating in Harlem. And he thinks they were paying off the police.
He's not the only one who thinks that, just so you know, ma'am.
She smiles. That oddly makes me feel better.
Much of the evidence from our friend's killing points us to the direction of what your husband thought. At
Maybe
least so far.
He did mention something. I overheard him speaking to his friend, who was a journalist as well, Needham Johnson, who works at the New York Age. Something about the Juju House. I know it's so it's an art emporium for from Africa over in Ransom Court.
We're aware of it. In fact, we stopped by yesterday. Miss Bacon here is thinking of making a movie. And he winks.
She raises that eyebrow, not quite getting the... okay.
It was a story we came up with to try and get to use it as cover so we could get answers. I'm not actually trying to make a movie out of this.
Okay, I see. Very clever.
Well, it's up in the air whether they bought it or not. But that's another story for another time. Would you... I mean, this may potentially be a slight waste of precious time for your husband, but do you think there is a way you could persuade him to allow one of us to talk to him in Sing Sing?
I can ask him.
If you could, I would be so grateful. And if he doesn't want to, I can absolutely respect his decision. But I believe that there is a chance that talking to him directly may offer us a better chance of having information that could help. At the very least, it'll be an excuse for us to bring him some things to try and make his stay more comfortable. If you could tell us some things he likes, we maybe have a chance to get him some of those things.
That's terribly kind of you speaking.
You said that he worked...
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, you said that he worked with some friends of his in the Hellfire group? Not Hellfire. Dang it.
The Harlem Hellfires.
Yeah, Hellfire group's a whole different game.
It's true.
Maybe we could meet with someone from that group that could maybe help us?
You could go down tonight into Teddy's. That's where they all drink. They gave up on him. I don't want anything more to do with any of them.
Did he ever speak of any sightings that made them leave that they believed it was a cult? I mean, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just I'm trying to...
He didn't want me to get into it. It's... Look... I overheard him sometimes, in the way he talked with them. And I know that these murders were bloody. I know that things were carved into them. I know that something bloody, something... I'm not sure. I did have a look at that Juju House. About once a month, 20, 30 people go in there at night. The early hours of the morning. And it's round about the time Hilton and his friends would go out on patrol. It's weird. I was very careful. There's lots of different people there. Some of them looked like they'd be tramps, lowlifes. Others wearing suits. I saw them taking loads of crates just before one of these gatherings. I thought someone might have seen me then, so I've not been back. Maybe it's just they're all getting drunk there or something. Maybe they don't go to another speakeasy. Maybe it's some party, but it seems very strange behaviour to me. I saw detectives going there too. I knew the detectives, they were a couple that were under the arrest of Hilton.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to go and take a look at the Juju House. Have you ever been inside? Have you ever been there yourself?
No. It wasn't really anything I'd thought about before I'd seen it walking by. But I didn't have a closer look until this came about. Howden
I
would
think
tell
your
me if they knew I
husband
was looking into it.
I think your husband, in one way, was very, very wise to try and keep you out of it. This is a ghastly business. I would recommend that if it's possible, if you could find somewhere. Do you have a friend who you trust more than anyone, who you could maybe stay with for a while?
She looks at Rebecca.
Preferably outside of town.
I can't get out of town at the moment, but I'm sure I'll be safe with Rebecca.
I can hope.
If anyone wants to give me a psychology roll.
Oh, I'm good at that. Success, 34 under 60.
You want to spend 4 luck to make that a hard success? Oh, no,
Ooh.
don't bother, because Augustus got the extreme success. Because as you're watching her speak, you can tell she's keeping something back. So hiding something. Or not hiding something, but there's something she's not saying.
Can I just lean in and say, can you say? I can tell you're holding something back from us. You want to say something. Just let it out.
Charm or persuade, whatever one works better for you.
I failed. And I'm not spending luck.
Are you sure it's only 32?
Can I take a roll? Can I? Oh, I gotta call it before.
You can push it. No, you can. You need to call it before, but you could push it. But if you push it and it fucks up, then you might sour the relationship with her.
Can I push it with a roll? With a roll?
Yeah, you can.
Does that work? I don't know how that works.
You can.
What do you guys?
You just roll again, and if it fails, then something bad happens.
I kind of look to the side at them and just,
I would shake my head. No,
I could give it a go with a bit of charm if you want, if that's what you're signaling.
I was signaling if I should push it or not, but you can jump in with charm.
Okay, charming time. This is Adams. I don't know if you know anything about me or my work. I can tell you, I've spent a lot of time working in Hollywood. I have had to keep some tremendous secrets. Any that you have, I can keep.
Give me your roll.
Do you want to use? Can you use dice?
Yeah, then use.
That's not cool.
If you like to push it, you can push it.
I've got it's a 2 out of 3 chance of me succeeding. So yeah, I'm going to push it.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
There it is.
Much better. So you say that to her, and she doesn't seem to. Sorry, what do you say to her then that kind of brings her around? So you said that about Hollywood. What do you say to her that makes her?
And I understand this is dangerous, but I think that if you tell us everything you know, we will be taking on that danger for you, and it won't be the first time that we have been in that kind of danger. I think we have gotten pretty good at it, haven't we, boys?
As you say that, she bursts into tears. If we don't sort this soon, he's going to be dead. And she looks away to the side. I think they'll kill me too. It's either these police or the real killers. If there's a chance, I need to try and save Houghton. And I think if I don't save him, I'm dead too.
Well, that is why I recommended you trying to leave town.
easier said than done.
I get it. But we will do our best and try to get evidence to free him, or at least to throw out what's already been convicted.
I feel, Mrs. Adams, is very important that for your husband, you must do everything you can to keep yourself safe. Let us face the danger so you can protect yourself and make sure that you are alive for him if we are successful and manage to get him out of that fucking prison. Because he's going to need you, and you're going to need him.
She wipes her eye. There's, thank you, Miss Beacon.
What should we do? Should we move her, or?
I'm sure she can. Better that we don't know where she goes, in case something happens to us.
Maybe it's bad
We're
to be
planning
seen.
to go.
Mrs. Adams, how long have you lived in New York?
All my life.
See, well, that's she is going to know far better than any of us where is safe and where she can go than we ever will.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we're risking her by being here?
A little late now to worry about that.
Yeah.
How about we just hurry up with what we need to do here and part ways, and
Go to
hopefully
the.
you live a long and prosperous life, ma'am. And your
Wouldn't that
husband
be
is
nice?
freed, hopefully.
I'll speak to Hilton.
Yeah.
It'll be a couple of days. And I think that
See if he
Rebecca
can
knows how to get in
provide
touch with
anything
you.
more. Yes. If he can provide any more information or allow us to come and talk to him.
And if you come across
Rebecca,
anything else,
Rebecca, I think it's probably prudent if you and Mrs. Adams leave through a back entrance through one of the actors' doors. If you go backstage, there will be some kind of exit you
Millie
can use.
laughs. This is my place of work.
That
anyone's
was something
after
I was
me-
not aware of. I apologize. I must be seen as so rude.
Everything were nodding to her and smiling when she was going through.
I apologize. It did not occur to me. I genuinely believe that Rebecca had picked this place as a completely
No.
random meeting place. I didn't understand. I apologize.
No, Millie's the boss here.
Oh.
Well, then maybe we could do something to throw off the scent if there is somebody watching. I've got an idea.
Well, how about we leave?
Yeah, I think being here,
that's-
there's a lot of people here. We walked by a bunch of people coming in. So
In
I
that
think
case, I
at
have an
this point-
idea. I will make a scene on an exit, screaming about how a script I've just brought has been rejected. That'll give us some
Well,
plausible
you
deniability
could-
as to why we are here.
Maybe you're producing something here. You don't have to always throw an acting of a tantrum, you know that, Kathy. Though it is
That's
one
what
of
I'm
your most,
best at.
so it is one of your biggest talents.
So
Just smile, act like you be here. Because we were already talking at the Juju House about making a movie.
I
He's
shake.
whispering in your ear this.
I was gonna lean forward and just when we go to leave and shake our hands, say, "Well, we'll be back in touch with you if we decide to use this theater." I just-
not being in on it, she looks at you kind of. Are you okay, hon?
Well, isn't isn't okay? Maybe I'm confused.
No,
No, I'm kind of going crazy right now.
no, it's okay.
No,
No,
you're
because-
fine. You're fine.
No, you're absolutely
You
fine.
did
It's just
just
me
right.
being silly.
I'll stand up and shake a hand and say, plausible deniability. Yes, this is a wonderful space. Thank you so much for showing us this space.
Yes.
Smiles. Rebecca giggles a little bit as you all head to the car.
So
Snow's let up, but it's still extremely cold. You've been in there for about an hour and a half.
what
What's
time?
the plan?
I did today to
Well-
Lieutenant Poole that I would head home and meet a police officer, and honestly, I don't think I should do that alone.
Well, let's go back there and plan to go visit the Juju House here shortly.
Do we want to go for a night visit, or do we?
I would prefer that we maybe. They said there was ceremony. They did parties there, or we see the type of parties they may have done.
They say every so often during the month, 30 people or more go into the place. Possibly.
And was that by?
Sounds like a
did we get any dates? Yes, but did we get any dates? I was trying to see if it would coincide with any moon cycles or anything like that.
Yes, I didn't give you that, but yes, it does coincide with a lunar cycle. I can't find it here right now. No, tonight is not.
Okay. Well, as long as we do it before this date, let's hurry up but we're looking for Lyra. Let's call the hotel, her place, and see if she showed up yet, and meet with the police officer at least to give a description of your friend, or Lyra. Excuse me.
Gonna say that. Oh no, nothing. Go ahead. I was gonna say Marc threw in that they sometimes take crates in there, which seemed to be a little leading to maybe Lyra being in a crate. But I'm just referring to what we've heard.
Yeah, we don't know she was put in a crate, but we know she's been put in a crate.
Yeah.
It's a shop that sells bric-a-brac. I imagine that they've always received crates.
True.
Sorry, Chris. We called the nice cop. Like, it's a miracle he exists. A nice police officer in the 20s?
Nice to you, police officer in the 20s.
Okay, that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point.
So you head back to Kathy's place. There's no policeman waiting there as yet. Your doorman lets you in. Said that a policeman had been there about half an hour ago, and had just said that they would return later on this evening. You head upstairs
and
call Lyra again. Same, no answer.
Okay, so we've got Lyra is missing and a date with the Juju House.
All roads lead to the Juju House.
Yeah.
Is there any other location? If Lyra was taken... Oh, sorry, go on, sorry.
I mean, and we have to worry about the police because they said the police were attending these events. So
she did not say the police were attending. Said she'd seen the police there a couple of times, thinks they might have been taking money.
Oh, okay. When you said there,
yeah, sorry, no, that was me not being clear.
Nope.
So the police are
probably Robson's crew.
They're paid to look the other way when things happen or shipments arrive. I got it.
That's what Millie was thinking, because she recognised the cops who were part of the arrest of Houghton. She'd saw them turn up there a couple of times, and it looked like they were leaving with envelopes of money.
You know, that would be incentive enough to harass us in the street like they did the other night, Bob. Try and get us off the set.
Well, that would be enough. Definitely, yes. Push us away from those who pay them. You know.
But
and I think if they're paying just this, I think those payments are going to the top.
Beyond Captain Robson.
Well, we'll start with him being the top as far as we're worried about in the neighborhood. But I think it might climb even higher.
So what do you think we should do? And I'm gonna start loading my gun, like making sure it's ready, and say, do you want to go and inspect the place tonight and take a spin by, or do we want to go during the day and one of us takes a look around while somebody distracts in the front?
Taking a look at we would figure out you said the lunar cycle isn't coinciding currently, right?
Yes. I'm sorry, there are dates for it, but I can't find them. I don't have them to hand just now.
No, that's fine. It's not something we have to worry about today or so,
No.
but we should. But all right, we should go find Lyra, and we have to get a little forceful. I don't
Chris
mind.
says, punch them in the dick and save Lyra.
We need to work out. Okay, if assuming that she has been taken, are there any locations we know of where she could be taken? Juju House is clearly one. Is there anywhere else that she
Are
could
we
be?
aware of any other places they would keep stuff? A warehouse where they might have their art goods?
And if that's the case, we need to investigate the Juju House to find such a place.
I would like to know if maybe we should bring... Well, I'll keep that to myself and decide. But I think we might need bigger guns.
Well, that's what I was trying to maybe recommend a softer approach by going during the day. And it wouldn't be as suspicious as coming in through the night. And we can go through the front, but then there might be one of us can take a look around.
Well, if we give them too much thinking that we're there, they will kill her.
Well, my entire career has been about distraction. I could probably quite easily wrap whoever's serving on the front desk around my finger whilst you two go snooping.
Well, we could try that. You met the man
that's the shopkeep. You don't think you'd be able to wrap him around your finger? He's a 73-year-old African man who didn't seem too impressed. I mean, maybe you could, but it would be a hard roll.
He's not that good yet.
Well, if only a 73-year-old man is hanging out in the place, surely we could
overpower him and take over the place.
Well, he can't keep us all in one place unless
You're suggesting we go to Lyra's, load up on guns, and go in there all guns blazing.
I'm saying we go in there prepared to go guns blazing. It's better to be prepared than need them and not have them.
I like the idea of stealth, like if we sneak through, but
that's preferable.
We need to be prepared.
Well, sneaking through would be done at night and not during the day.
Yeah. I got two plans. I'm thinking either we go during the day and create like a distraction, and then some other people can look around, because if there's only one person there, maybe we can have somebody sneak or slip through. Or we go at night and we just have to be prepared for the worst, but we try to find maybe another way to breaking and entering.
Bob, Augustus, how good are you at sneaking?
Like percentage-wise, from 1 to 100.
No, I mean, have you had any experience of breaking and entering and remaining unseen and unheard?
Well, I'm used to sneaking around in the woods when hunting and stuff. I'm not unable to do it.
I've been able to sneak around at night during military operations when we used to move through cover.
Well, I'm not worried about... That would be extreme, and it would be endangering of Lyra if she's there, so I'll ignore that thought.
Well, it must be safer for Lyra if she is there, if they don't know that anyone's there.
Yes.
And we have a full military man with experience of sneaking around on the Western Front, I imagine.
Yes.
Well, the next question is, who's the fire department or something around here? I don't know how that works in this city. If we would start a small fire there to distract. Not to burn the whole place down.
Because of how the buildings are, though, that might be difficult as the controlling a fire there. You would have it might not be the easiest thing to do.
Chicago fires. Oh, no, we're not in Chicago. We're in New York. No. Bob's thinking out loud for plans of distraction. But yeah, I think it would be preferable to not announce our presence. And it'll give you the opportunity to wear something with legs and black, Kathy.
I don't think I should be the one to do any sneaking and breaking in. I've never done it before. My entire... I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, my entire thing is being very loud.
Shock, yes, I would have never guessed.
Yes, all right, fine, whatever, have your laugh. But I'm serious.
I know, but okay, I guess maybe you can stand guard.
I think that would be the best. If anything, I may be able to cause some kind of distraction across the street.
There you go. Maybe crash into the building? No, that's not your car. Okay.
What's across the street from the Juju House?
It's another apartment building, a couple of shops. There's one old pawn shop that's sitting empty. From what you remember from when you were there.
Well, I'll think of something. I'll stand on the other side of the road, and if things look to get a bit hairy, I'll try and cause some kind of distraction and keep a lookout. And maybe find some way of signaling you. We arrange some kind of hand signal. If I see anyone coming, I can start doing that at the building and hopefully maybe distract them from going in if something goes wrong.
What time of night are we going? What time of night are we planning on going there?
Well, I don't think we should go too long. I mean, eventually Lyra's going to get thirsty.
So maybe we go early, head there, and then wait a while, and then try. Yeah, do we want to create a distraction in the middle of the night, or just like?
I think a distraction would only be in the case of an absolute emergency.
Yes, she will create the distraction if needed. I just don't like you being alone, Kathy, if we're both going in.
Well, what if I just stay in the car, and if you hear the car honk 3 times, that means get the fuck out.
I'll make a luck roll to see if I have a fancy horn sound. You know, when she hears it, we would know. So we leave Kathy in the car. She's going to be our signal, and I guess Bob and I are up.
Investigate. That's the plan. Let's wait until it's dark. Maybe get some sleep.
Right. So last time I think you left around about 5 o'clock to go get dinner. Locking up the shop. You're not sure if or when he came back because you're already gone. So what is the plan here?
Drive over, go in the back, and see what we find.
Try to find an entrance that's not the front. And we're just there to look around. We're just trying to be as quiet as possible and look around.
Driving around the neighborhood. How about that?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I have an idea, gentlemen. If we want to confirm that it's empty, I could pay a man who has... There's always a man in New York City. There's always a man somewhere standing around who needs some money. I could pay him to make an inquiry at the Juju House and confirm that no one's there.
So I don't know if you remember the Juju House isn't actually like on the street. You have a little alley, and then there's a small courtyard. There is the Juju House, and beside it an abandoned pawn shop. Right, that's my fault. But yeah, it's not directly out on the street.
Maybe we should have gone into the abandoned pawn shop before we go there and just see how they're connected, and maybe watch to see how many people are going in and out to get an idea if the place is full of people or not before, just to reconsider our plan. But it kind of changes a little bit. Like maybe we just like scout it out. Will we stand out like sore thumbs, like a professor on the street? Okay.
I don't know. Marshmallows and hot chocolate, they stand out.
Well,
So
maybe we go to the
daylight's
shop.
gone.
Yeah.
Sorry, what happened? Where are we?
We're still at your apartment, as far as I know.
What time is
Tell
it?
me what you're going to do. It is now coming up on 6 p.m.
Okay. I think you're going to need some outfits. And I'm going to rely on my knowledge of New York and just say this is a place that I know where we could get balaclavas and black clothes for these two. And if I need to do a roll for knowing that, I'm happy to do it.
In your apartment, you've got that whole box of things that you use for, the dress ups for practicing for roles or whatever, costumes. Yeah, you can get something from there.
All right, time for Kathy to play Dolly. Gentlemen, follow me. And I outfit them with black clothes and balaclavas, which I just make out of some like beanie hats that I cut eye holes into.
Elbow-length black gloves with sequins on it, and
are we gonna have to take a sanity check on this?
No, but you do look very pretty. Right. You get all
Wait,
that.
what are we dressing up as?
You
dark
drive,
clothes, but I don't need them skin tight like this, Kathy.
This like a turn.
They're not skin tight on me. They've become skin tight on you because you are, larger.
Robust. Right.
There's more of you than there is me.
Yeah. His arms are like her sleeves and here, just below the knees with the short.
No, she has things that'll fit. So she doesn't always act alone. So she's got things there to fit all different sorts. Might not get black, but you get like dark green or whatever. It's something that suits. So we can give you a plus 10% for your stealth rolls. Then doing that.
Excellent.
You get there. Are you parking right outside the little alleyway, or are you parking further away, or what? Because there's no way that Kathy can see the shop from the car.
Let us out somewhere else nearby so that she isn't seen with us getting out of the car right in front.
Mm-hmm.
And she can go around and park in an alley or nearby alley where she can watch the front area.
She can watch the entrance to the alleyway that would take you to Ransom Court, which is where the Juju House is, but there's no direct view.
Is there any other entrance to the court?
No.
And that's the best we're going to get, I guess.
If she
can't have Kathy Bacon, like famous movie actor, just standing around outside in a courtyard like that and not attract some kind of attention.
Well, what you do see from the other side, because the other side faces out onto West 138th Street. There is no entrance into the Juju House from there, but there are barred windows that if you want to get close enough to look through. But you might be a bit conspicuous out there on the street.
Okay, so we see that there's barred windows on the Juju House from all
on the other side, yeah.
And then there's only a front entrance to the place within a courtyard in an alleyway.
Yes.
It feels like a death trap in a way. Like,
yep. Kathy won't stand out one bit. Go ahead, Augustus. What were you saying?
I was just thinking maybe a frontal approach isn't the best thought. I know we've just spent like 10 minutes debating this and we're sitting around Kathy's apartment wondering, but maybe we have to talk our way in. I'm a little worried about like this strategic positioning of all of this. Like if we go in and barge our way in, what we will encounter, because we have no idea. And could randomly be 30 people sitting in there. It's a large building. Right? It has to be a large building if there's 30 people going into it with crates.
I mean, I could find a random man standing around who needs a bit of cash.
Yeah, we've been in the front. Oh, but we've been in the front. Okay. So then there's obviously some place underground or something.
Or at
some
least
other,
another location.
yeah.
How about we... Bob is going to say, all right, how about we just go look in the windows right now?
Yeah. I mean,
cautiously.
Right, you give me a stealth roll for looking in the windows. We'll see that you've got there, so give me a stealth roll for looking in the windows. Just one of you has to do it, doesn't matter who.
And it's plus 10 right now?
Yes.
Not a bonus, it's just
You want to take a bonus as well? Just so I can keep track of them.
Ooh.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Bob's like a freaking ghost.
Right, since you got the extreme success, I'm not going to ask for anything for spotting hidden or whatever else. What you see through the windows is a kind of small, unkempt room. There's some clothes on the floor. There's a messed up bed, a rug. Looks like there's a stove over in the corner. So this looks like maybe the back of the shop where Silas might sleep. There's no one in there just now.
Is there a back door on the back side?
No, there's no back door. There's only these windows. You can see through the window, just as the light hits off it, you can see what looks like a curtain, which probably takes you into the storefront.
Okay. And where they were bringing the crates and boxes then in from the front is his assumption.
Yes.
He will walk the perimeter of the building as best he can.
So you need to walk around onto the other street. So it's not just the building, it's kind of like the block. You need to go around, and then there's it's set up a little bit differently with...
As he's looking, he's doing some spot hidden stuff to see if he can find any other things.
Give me a roll. Well, no, you don't need to give me a roll because there's not really anything there. There is an entrance to the abandoned pawn shop on West 138th.
I will peek in there in every building along the way to see what they are and activities. But yeah, the pawn shop, since it's been abandoned,
it's abandoned. It's empty. There's one of the windows even already broken. Inside there's lots of dirt and leaves. You see a cat scurrying away, maybe some rats. You got an extreme success, so I'm not making I'm not going to say that anyone's seeing you just now. Everyone seems to be looking in different directions, whatever. It's quite dark, snow's falling again. So unless someone was to walk directly by, you're not going to get seen at the moment.
Yep, he's being pretty cautious. He's looking around too. Does he spot others maybe standing guard, looking around? Nope. Okay. He'll eventually return to the others and tell them what he saw, and there's no way in hell that 30 people can get in that place. There's obviously a basement or something below. We should check out maybe some of these other places and see if we can get down there. The one place is abandoned. We should see if there's a basement entrance in there.
I was going to say we should go into the abandoned pawn shop possibly, and that we might be able to hide out in there and observe too, like see if people are going in and out, or if there was a door. Because a lot of times in a lot of these New York places, there's cellars underneath.
Yeah, right now I'm worried about Lyra pissing him off and they kill him. So the sooner we find him, the sooner we're better. So, let's go check that building out. You think you can try to be quiet, Kathy? Come with us?
Look, if you think that's best, I'm willing to go. But I will warn you,
as long as you can get us to the building, what happens inside? I'm looking at... I don't want to leave you alone, and we're down there. And
all right, fine, let's go.
Right, so you're going in through the back of the pawn shop. Is that what
yes, that will be the goal. Yes, and see if we can locate a cellar.
Right. I need a lockpick.
Oh, the door's locked. Oh.
That's locksmith in this system, I believe?
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Oh, I have no chance whatsoever.
Yeah.
But he has.
Well, you can give me a strength roll and a luck roll if you want to
That's
break it
where he was
open
gonna go
without
with
being
this.
heard. Yeah.
There's the strength.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's coming. It better be. I'll try again. A bit.
Is this?
There we
Oh
go.
wow! Oh wow!
Right,
Wow.
came twice. So you're an extreme success, and give me the luck roll now, please.
Damn, Bob's strong.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There we go. A hard success in the luck.
Bob's a
Well,
hero.
Yeah. You put your shoulder to it. You take a little shuffle back and shove, and just maybe something's about to fall from the door, and you kind of catch it, and it's open with barely a sound. Rats squeak. As you make your way in, you can smell the shit. Might be human shit, might not be. Somewhere in a corner. Otherwise, smells very musty. There's some furniture strewn on the ground, on the floor, but nothing else. After a quick search, you do not see any entrance to a cellar or a what you call it, basement. You do see the door though that would lead out onto the into the courtyard, into the ransom, whatever the fuck's called, ransom court.
So there's a courtyard in front, and that's what you're referring to?
Yeah, the courtyard's where the entrance to the Juju House is.
Yeah. And we went in through what?
You went
Like
in
which-
through the West 138th, so the back side of the.
Okay.
Okay, so we were. What do we see from there? Do we see anything? I'm looking
The
out?
courtyard appears empty. It's covered in snow. There is a little bit of trash lying about outside, but otherwise, nothing.
And this courtyard is surrounded by other buildings, and
Yes.
and the only way to access it is through one of these buildings.
It's
Correct?
through the alley. There are no doors directly onto it other than the pawn shop and the Juju House.
And the courtyard would hold about 30 people. He looks about.
Yeah, probably.
What do you think?
At this point, I don't think Lyra's here, and the courtyard are here, and I don't know where she is.
They did say that the friends of Rebecca that she doesn't trust anymore, hang out at a bar. Do you think that's something that we maybe want to follow up on, or a dead end?
Sorry, Chris.
Well, I'm about ready to go into the Juju House.
You want to keep doing and keep going?
We haven't found Lyra yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna track her down like she owes me money. She doesn't, but
Right. Let's speed this along a little bit because we're getting near to the end of the session.
he's gonna head towards the Juju House and do a much more internal search. Pull the
Right.
mask down over his face, and he's not gonna be nice now.
You're just going to break in.
Well, he's gonna attempt to sneak in and see. He's not gonna attempt, but if he has to, shatter glass to reach in and undo
Right.
a doorknob or something like that.
Do
Crime,
any of
crime,
you have
crime.
locksmith?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 point. You saw it earlier.
Yeah, I mean you could spend two bonuses to.
Can we see if there's anything that's like any of the windows? I mean, they're all barred on one side, but are any of the front
There aren't
areas?
any other ones in the front of this. Best to explain it. So you've got the alleyway comes in, you've got the courtyard, and then the courtyard there's two doors, one for the pawn shop, one for the Juju House, but they're like fairly close together, and there's no room for windows either side. Breaking open the door wouldn't be difficulty, but it wouldn't make noise.
Not if I roll like I did before.
No, if you're like you did before, yeah.
We could always not.
Yeah, if we. I did not see anybody. When did I?
No.
Looking around.
Am I still with these guys, or am I still in the
No, you're with them.
shop?
You're hanging out in the pawn shop, right? Like,
No, I
Yeah.
thought she followed.
she followed?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say, like,
Or back to the car. Either one.
I don't think that you should, you know, do a Superman, a character that's only existed for a couple of years.
Hasn't
But
existed.
we're looking
doesn't
for
exist
Lyra,
yet.
are we not? Don't go looking up comic books right now, guys. Have
Nope.
the discussion after. We have to find Lyra. That's what we're looking for. And the last place we know is the people followed us from here.
See, I'm worried that
Oh.
that's that the self-patrolling group, the Hellfighters.
They've given up.
Oh, they've given up?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. That's why Billy's so
Maybe
angry with them.
it could be them because they were patrolling the area. But if they've given up, so then basically those people were it. And we don't have the police. So
Gentlemen, I think it's time for you to be bold. I think if you're going to be bold, then someone needs to be in a getaway vehicle.
Yes.
Yes, but you
and
need
I
to
think
be able to get to the getaway vehicle.
roll for
Well-
cowardice, Kathy.
Bob is going, well, I need to go.
If you could see my character sheet, you'd be a coward too.
Yeah, I get it.
Right, come on.
Let's go find Lyra. I'm
don't
going
wanna
to
die
force
yet.
open the door. These two are discussing this.
Right, give me a strength roll and a luck roll.
Holy wow.
Fucking
Bob.
hell. Another extreme success for Bob. Bob, you get your shoulder in under it. It doesn't break the lock open. What it does is it kind of just pushes it and knocks it out. And the door opens silently.
Is there something between Lyra and Bob? I mean, he's going way out of his way on this one.
Yeah.
Bob is silently smashing doors down.
Yes.
That's the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
And
that-
he
And I
was
see
Well,
Rusty
that
Keaton
is
try to eat you
unbelievable.
cake.
Right. What you can all do is give me what do you call it?
This is where we fail.
Give me spot hiddens, please. As you search about the shop.
What do I have to declare before I roll?
That you want to use a bonus.
I'm going to use a bonus.
Maximum of 2. So 1 or 2.
That's a plus 20.
Yep, for 2 it would be plus 20.
I have a success. Bob.
But a hard success is what was needed, and that's what we got. So as you're searching around, fumbling about in the dark, Kathy almost knocking something over, Bob, you head behind the counter. And as you're searching around, you start to use your hands. Underneath the carpet there, your hand feels like a dimple in the floor. And as you pull it back,
I flip the carpet back. Dun dun dun.
there's Lyra. No, it's a metal door into the floor.
I will psst the group, or at least Augustus.
Mm-hmm.
I found an entrance to something below. Is it locked if I try without too
Let's
much
say
effort?
it's not.
I gotta-
He will crack it slowly and just a little bit to see if he can get it and see what he sees if he looks down.
There's
Or
a
if it's just darkness.
flickering light, just a little bit. It's not right beside the entrance there because it looks like it goes down a little bit, and you can see in the distance, kind of flickering light. The air doesn't smell stale. You know, so it's not as if you don't think this thing's been closed for a long, long time.
And there's a light coming out of it when he cracks it open.
From fairly far away.
I'm going to crack it a little further and do a listening check. Is there such a thing in this game?
Yeah,
Yes, it
there
is. There it is. I just had to find it.
I got a success on my spot hidden. Was it would it be just
Bob.
It had to be a hard success, and Bob got it, and Bob just got an extreme listening.
My gosh, Bob.
Bob,
I can mark that as another one too.
you think? And I mean, it's very, very faint.
It's more listening for voices
You
or
think you
stuff like
hear
that.
Lyra screaming? And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Dun, dun, dun.
We found you, Chris.
But
Yeah.
Can
we
close
find
it
all of
now?
her?
Can we close it and put something over the top of it?
Yeah.
Concrete, pour concrete over it now.
Oh, shots fired, Chris. Shots fired.
I had a friend in New York that had an apartment that had a trap door like this right in the middle of his kitchen. You could open up and there was a huge cellar underneath it.
Nice. Did they also keep redacted? Never mind. You'll find out next time, probably. Yeah, so thank you very much. We are Tales of Myth and Mayhem. We were just playing Mask of Nyarlathotep. Hopefully I didn't overwhelm them with clues this time, and they had some fun. We will find out. Yes, Chris, you're right. In Austria, we do not talk about sellers, because when we talk about sellers, it's generally not in a very good light. So we will say goodbye to everyone. Do any plugs you might want to plug, and we will start with Tim.
All right. Hello. Hi, I'm Tim. You will see me tomorrow in another game that Michelle will be talking about here shortly. But next week, on Saturday, if all goes as planned, you will see a bunch of vampires here at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah,
Playing
boy.
Vampire the Masquerade with Lani. Giving us...
Lani, yep.
Lani, the storyteller, is going to be... Yep.
It'll be a very first game for us here, and we're all looking forward to it. It'll be too late for me. It'll be past my bedtime, but still.
Well, yeah.
Did you enjoy your night, Tim?
Always enjoyable, and I got granddaughters to take care of here now too shortly.
Yeah,
So,
very nice.
as you can see, the ghosts walking in the background.
Yes, the Eldritch Horrors. And Michelle. how
Yeah,
was
they're
your
a sort
night?
of a horror.
Yeah.
My night was good. Did a lot of charming, a lot of persuading, a lot of well, not nearly as much pushing trade unions as usual.
No,
There was more important things going on. I'll get back to that, I promise. But yeah, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. UK, 8 p.m. Central Europe, 1 p.m. Central Eastern American weird Chicago time. We'll be playing Fallout. Yeah, Fallout. It never fucking changes. So yeah, if you want to see a Fallout game which features a bunch of mutants that really like mindfulness, or like a ghoul mechanic with no legs, or a couple that run a bar that is so unimaginative as a bar, it is simply called The Bar, check it out tomorrow night.
Do you know, I'm going to give you my character that I was making as an NPC because I think you'll like him. An extremely charming
am.
fool.
I will use
Bar
your
is the name of a bar near me. There's
Yeah,
actually
see?
2 of them. They're a franchise.
And
Is
Ian.
it actually called The Bar? I mean, that's a
Ian.
pretty...
Oh, go ahead. Pretty
No,
well.
I was just going to talk more about a bar called The Bar, which nobody needs to hear.
We can hear about it all the time. Ian, how was your night? Was it better than last time?
It was. You act like it was bad last time. Last time was great,
you bad
and this time
last
was
time?
really good. I did a lot of driving and watching Bob be a beast, basically.
Yeah,
and
it really
rolling
fucking was.
all these
stepped up.
And the
extreme
dice rolls. Wait until we have combat, and I flub every one by rolling
Yes.
hundreds and 99s. So
There we go. That's my plan. But you enjoyed yourself tonight.
I did enjoy myself. Thank you, Mark.
Good, good, good.
So it was a great time. It's a great time. Hopefully, maybe we can figure this out next time. Save Lyra.
Let's see, maybe. Maybe. Anyway, thank you very much. Tomorrow night we have never fucking changes. On Tuesday we are back with Marvel, where our lovely little mutant group has turned up in this country mansion with some very posh mutants. Let's see how that goes there. So thank you very much. We stick with us if you're here because we're going to raid our friends Adventures in Lollygagging, and then I'm going to fuck off to bed. So yeah, if you're watching, like, subscribe, blah blah blah. Really appreciate everything you do for us, and yeah, see you soon. He's a second to do this shit.
Bye, everybody.
Hold on a wee second. There we go. Right, let's not wave yet. We need to start a raid.
Raids.
It's a grading. It's a grading. Three viewers ready to raid, and 3 viewers. Fuck's sake, man! I get 3 viewers. Bye.
Bye.
Read a song. Raid now.
Okay.